Hi, my name is Darla. Welcome to Decent Little Fashion. I'm a Poshmark ambassador. I'm also eBay top-rated seller. I also sell on Mercari, Vinted, and a little bit on Depop. Before we even get any further, if you like my video, finish up my video. If you like it, please press the like button. And if you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe at the bottom. And if you want to get alerts every time I come back on, you just press that little bell and you're good to go. So anyway, I wanted to go over some of this. I usually talk about Poshmark, but I'm going to go over a little bit about eBay. So I've been selling on eBay for approximately about 10 years, if not a little bit more. And I was a top-rated seller. Probably about 5 years ago, I was just kicking ass on there. I was selling only bags, and they were all on auction. And, I was just making all kinds of money. It's kind of been slow for me after that. But then it picked up again because I'm going to give you a few tips on what I had to do to be able to maintain my top-rated status. So what I do personally, and it helps, is I have to go up there and have to switch it up. Like currently my listings on eBay are offers. I have them at offers, and I charge like $5 for a steady shipping fee for everybody. I used to do free shipping, but then there's times where I was the low ball, the prices were just so low that I was selling my items at, so I wasn't making any money. So I use $5 as a flat rate. So I have my prices set at a certain price, and then I also have make an offer, and then I have the guidelines where it tells you, it can only go down $5. I'll only let it go down $5, maybe $6 to $7 out, lower than that. But I switch it up. I switch it up. So I'll probably do this probably a couple months. And then after that, I'll go and I'll throw in a couple auctions. I throw in a couple auctions. I have probably about 230 items on eBay, which isn't that much, but I mean, something's better than nothing, and it does bring me money. It's just kind of difficult trying to maintain more than one platform, which I advise that's not really the hottest thing to do. Maintain on what brings you your money. Poshmark and eBay are my numero uno, so that's the one I kind of maintain and kind of put all my energy and work into. So yeah, like I said, so in a couple months I'm going to go and switch up on my eBay. I'm going to go and do some, throw in some auctions. Throw in some auctions. And then I'm going to go in and flip up my pictures, put some new pictures on there, change. Same thing I do as Poshmark. Go ahead and change my titles, switch them around, add a little bit, delete a little bit, do whatever I can to have a different flavor in my closet. Because remember, like I always say, I don't know if you follow my other videos, but I always say fresh, and the way your photos are setting is it has to be priority. It has to be priority. But on eBay, the pictures are good as well. People look that, but they want to be able to click on in Google and be able to find your item. So it's also about, basically the primary is about how you title your items. So switching it up is good. A lot of people do. I also hear that the promotions. I did do a promotion. I did a couple promotions couple months ago, but yesterday I titled everything under promotion. I put everything under a promotion, meaning that I have an item for $25, and if it sells, they're going to take out a couple bucks. So it's worth it to me, because when they do those promotions, you're kind of at the high end of the where you're able to view instead of being at the bottom. I always feel like, because all the auctions come up first, and then all the buy now are kind of like at the bottom, unless you click on that buy now button to search. But that's a pretty good tip as well. Also, one of the biggest one is make sure that you're making sure that they're clean videos. Make sure you're putting a lot of information. Descriptive information is really important in there. People do not want to buy something and then you ship it to them and there's a big hole in it. Make sure that you're detailing it, and I put everything. I put my measurements. I put a size large, breast 30, 32, waist, and the length. I put everything. I put every mark in it. If there's a hole, if there's a stain. Normally I don't sell any of my stuff like that. I try to double make sure. I mean, not perfect, and sometimes it doesn't always come out, but I always try to make sure that they're in excellent pre-owned condition. I go to my little hinky dinks. I call them the G-Doves, the Goodwills, the little thrift stores. I go there. I love them. I try to go to the high-end ones. I live in Orange County, so I kind of try to hit the high ones in Orange County, but I don't care. I'll go no matter where. I see a sign of a G-Dub, a Goodwill. Oh, I'm sold. There's my fix. So anyway, yeah, I predominantly buy nothing that has it has to be in excellent condition, because I don't know, that's just my reputation. I mean, some people don't mind. It's just, you buy for the brand. I buy for the brand as well, but if you're going to buy for the brand, you also have to make sure that the brand is decent. A lot of people do like stuff where they can recondition them. They say, oh, I bought these shoes and I didn't know that it had a mark on it, and I washed it. I used my little special chemicals on it to do it, and nothing took it out. And I'm like, I'm not going to throw these out. So I sold it for like dirt cheap. And the lady gave me a high rated rate and said, oh my God, I brought these to life and thank you for the deal and this and that. So there's always a oops in every little in everything you do. So that's another thing that you need to make sure that those descriptions are really, really good. Make sure you put the details. Make sure you put the measurements also. And the reason why I do that is because I don't want my phone blowing up with all these questions. So what are the measurements? What are the breast size? What is the waist? What's the length? What's the inseam? I don't want all that. What's the size of the bag? I don't want my phone blown up. And who wants to buy something and have to keep messaging you? They don't. People want to buy it and they want to click and they want to just buy it and take it with them. That's it. They don't want all these extra questions that they have to ask. I mean, I know I don't, so I'm sure there's plenty of other people out there that just want everything set in one setting. Also, another important thing is make sure if you are double posting, if you're doing like your Poshmark, your eBay, your Mercari, whatever it is that you're doing to sell multiple items on multiple platforms, make sure that the number one platform that you're going to be working with is the one that's bringing you the most money. I haven't put anything on Mercari or Vinted in a while. I sold a couple things on Mercari the other day. It's because I went up there and I promoted. But I don't really spend too much energy there. It's because that's not my money maker. That's not where my money's coming in. So I basically, Poshmark is like my numero uno, and then eBay. But I think I'm going to start focusing a little bit on eBay, because Poshmark has kind of been really slow for me. It just depends, day to day. You just never know when you're a reseller. So those are my tips. To be able to be a top-rated seller, and to be a top-rated seller as well, last but not least, is you have to make sure that your feedbacks are positive. You have to have positive feedbacks. I have like 100%. Like I said, why? Because I describe everything. And if someone wants to return something, they didn't like it, I don't get upset. I don't take it personal. It's business. You can't get upset. You can't throw things on Poshmark and write, this person put this with that. That's part of the business. You just have to go with the flow, and you have to be professional about it. If you want people to come back and you want people to continue purchasing from your store, you have to just say, I always say, okay, no problem. Would you like to exchange it for something else? You can check close. If not, I'm more than welcome to return, and I apologize. That's how you're supposed to maintain your business. That's why I've maintained my top-rated platform, why I maintain that title, is because I will accommodate whatever needs to be done, because this is my money. Ching chang's my money here, and I want you to come back. I want you to like it, and I want you to say, you know what, she worked with me, she's amazing. That's important. So get those feedbacks, 100% feedbacks. Title, make those titles information. Put the size, put if it's male, female, long sleeve. Click all those little what do they call the little check marks and everything. Is it a crew neck? Is it short sleeve? Is it, what style is it? Try to do as many as you can. It's always hard because I really don't know a lot of that as well, but I try to do whatever I can. But in my titles, I always make sure that I do have the size, and I do have the name brand, Kate Spade, blue patent leather pouch. You know what I mean? And then I put whatever details I could after that. And if it's clothing, I put the same thing, but I put the color in there, I put the name, and then I put the size. I put it if it's for women or a male. So those are things, because remember, they're going to Google, and they want to Google Kate Spade blue pouch. If they Google that, I'm gonna come up. Because it's not only the eBayers that are purchasing your things. You're all over the internet. We are all over the internet. Can you believe that? I just thought about that. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I'm like, really, it is. People are seeing us from all over. So that's my spiel, sisters. Let's make some money. get to that top rated seller. If you got a lot of stuff, you got feedback, keep going, keep pumping, keep pumping. Don't give up. It's frustrating sometimes. We don't always sell a lot, but that's part of the business. Sales is sales, and it's a lot of work. It's tedious, but I mean, it's worth it, especially if this is your full-time hustle, sisters. So get in there, clean up those closets, add, delete, omit, bling, do whatever you got to do to make sure that they're going to come back to you, and smile when you do it and be gracious.